And here we go, right into the next part of part 7, where we have roughly about the same part we did the last time. No, I didn't upgrade or anything like that. I think we're just gonna move on and go complete room battles. Which of course gets us more maggots.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Well, it's definitely going to die on its turn, but
Continue the onslaught.
no reason to give my
Destroy
character stress.
all.
So,
Wealth beyond measure. Awarded
Just
to
gonna
the
get
brave
more
and the
torches.
foolhardy alike.
and continue on. Nope. Well, that was a nice dodge of a trap.
Inspiration and improvement.
Okay. And we're gonna get that, try to plague that madman back there.
A death by inches. Great is the weapon that cuts on its own. Festering fear consumes the mind. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Well, we had a chest here, so that was gonna happen.
Gnawing uncertainty. The birthplace of dread. A devastating blow.
Getting a nice bleed going. It's 2 damage, though. See if we can't... No. I was gonna say, let's see if we can't get that higher. Still possible, of course.
The abyss returns even the boldest gaze. Unnerved, unbalanced. advantage. Give them no quarter. Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Alright. Unlocked strong box, so we didn't even need a key
Glittering
for that.
gold, trinkets and baubles. Paid for in blood.
Of course. And yeah,
Finding the stuff is
finding a
only
lot
the
of
first test.
torches.
Now it must be carried home.
Is technically a good thing anyway, so. You know, we've gotten pretty lucky with that, since that's a thing that can cause diseases.
The ground quakes. This expedition at least promises success.
Empty. So, time to go backwards. Well, time to drink those Estus flasks. It was bound to happen at some point. Got the trap disarmed. Let's see. Who do we have to read from the book? Well, Etnomeda. You got Daredevil, so dodge when his health is lower. That's actually not too bad. Because then he goes into the chaos. Get some of that damage spread. Got Dewey, so less virtue chance. I mean, at that point, he is a guardsman of the Imperium, so how much virtue did he really have? If you know, you know.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
Oh, time to mark up the drummer.
The slow death, unforeseen, unforgiving. Foolish horrors, brought low and driven into the mud.
You know, the portrait's at this point a bit more useful than the disease charm. Oh wow. Done already. Then in that case, we'll continue. Might as well look at these last 3 rooms.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Might as well do this, see if we can get more stuff out of it. Then someone's gonna read from those scrolls.
Dazed, reeling, about to break. Well struck.
That drummer just faded away into nothing after the grenade. I mean, it makes some sense, certainly.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
We'll let, our Kanochi read it. And it was transactions. I think it's time
Their
to go.
squeals fade. Their confidence is shaken.
And let's see. Now we can't take Lieutenant Cook into any dungeons for a while. But Pizza ended up trained spiritual for Wheeled Adventurer. Not bad one. Oh, and now Lieutenant Cook has syphilis. On top of the Inui. We'll definitely want to get rid of that. And quick reflexes on Namida. All in all, not bad. Not bad at all.
The plume and the pistol. A fitting end to my folly, and a curse upon us all.
And we apparently have a harlot now.
Ah, here we find a sanguine romantic whose feats of hedonism and recklessness are known even to myself.
Well, that is not bad, and we can see the harlot down there, or the courtesan. It's one of the two, really. We definitely want an occultist if we can. which means looking at this and gain.
More arrive, foolishly seeking fortune and glory in this domain of the damned.
Yeah. But that is a thing. And now we
At
can
home
upgrade.
in wild places, she is a stalwart survivor and a strict instructor.
The camping skills for the group. But for now, I will set up another dungeon and see you on the flip side. And now we're in the ruin with Sage, the Sunlight Warrior. Because, you know, if I'm gonna have all the Dark Souls references, I figured might as well have a Sunlight Bro at this point in time. But we shall start by going and checking these rooms on the sides here before going to up and around and all that, yeah. And it's a book. We'll let Satsuki read this one. And there was nothing to be gained from it. Plus, they're gonna try and stress out Satsuki. But they won't win.
The slow death, unforeseen, unforgiving. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
That does an optional boss. We won't be doing that because I don't have the strength for that. I could probably attempt it, but I don't think it'd go well. So, we're not.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Ouch.
The light, the promise of safety.
Can't remember this one. I
A
cleanse
handsome
the
reward for a task well performed.
maiden and more heirlooms. Always good. The fact that skeletons can be blighted is sometimes a little bit silly.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Go ahead and get that regen going. I think it's a good idea.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Oh, it gets rid of the bleed.
Death
So
by
it
inches.
works out for me. Mm, 71. Okay, we'll do that. This time we'll have Rainbow Bat read the books. Ah, we found a journal page. My end. I scrawl this. Victim of cruel fortune, who took me up on my wager, for I have lost my lucky coin, and I now lie helpless as my blood flows swiftly from my ruined body. My fingers are cold. It was no trap, nor raving cultists that sealed my fate. We were ambushed by strange undulating shapes. Two small entities I cannot hope to describe. A third much larger beast. Poor Moira was crushed into a pulp as Therian defended her. He soon lost his arm and his wits left him. Shambler, Shambler, he kept shrieking. His raven yanked him to flee. I tried to play hero, to buy them a few moments, blew away one of the smaller monster's last shot, then smashed into the wall, the big one. Maybe they made it out. The jester just said finally something to smile about on a journal page that talked about someone's end. Something's not right about that. There's already looted packs. What's this world coming to? Oh. It's traps. That's what the world's coming to. It's just all the traps in the world. Alright. Well, time for this battle.
is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Get that bleed cured.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Right. Oh, well.
Wealth beyond
Thankfully.
measure, awarded to the brave
Or
and the
chels.
foolhardy alike.
And disband it.
Precision and power. Annihilated.
I love that voice. Just annihilated.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Monstrous size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
Suit of armor. Don't know what to do with it, but we'll try opening it. Not too bad.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Might as well check this final room, but it might be nothing. Yep, it was nothing.
The great ruins belong to us,
Oh,
and
well.
we will find whatever secrets they hold.
So, Holy Drake got superstitious, which just means more healing from a few different things. Sage got natural swing. Good. Rainbow Back got Ruminator. So less stress heal received. But more scouting chance in the ruins. Good. And Satsuki got Dipsomania. Intense craving for alcohol. I see. I guess that makes sense, though.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Well, he's so weird. Because nobody died, but now we have the Dark Ring. Which is another, of course, Dark Souls reference. And their tone deaf. Yeah. Anyway, so they get Dark Sword, more damage per 10 darkness. Undying Rage, which will always crit at Death Door, and it's a free action. Unholy Bastion, they can summon a Bone Wall by suffering damage. Firebomb, just to hit everybody and more damage to the first few ranks, but deal damage to yourself and knockback. Unmaking, detonate all corpses, and does 8 hit point damage per corpse. Not bad. Life Drain, armor piercing, life steal, it's 2 points max hit points, and more damage versus humans. And Grim Reflection, marking self and gain damage reflection. And for camping skills, they don't get any of the standard ones. They get Betrayal. They can refill their Flask of Agony. And someone suffers hit point damage. Fun. Harvester's Hour. Reduce Torchlight by 25. Increases the crit if target hit points are below 35%. And more stress healed from kills. Reject Mortality. Gives death blow resistance if mortality debuffs heal and remove the debuffs. And Light Feaster, which reduces the Estus Flask consumed by him and lowers the stress if the torch is below 50. Chances of me using him are slim, but he's going in on the list. Right. So, Pizza gambled, Namida Adonai down, and Lieutenant Cook got his syphilis cured. So, all in all, this has been a pretty eventful, Part 7.
A man in a robe, claiming communion with the divine. Madness.
But it is time to say goodbye and to also throw people in on lowering their stresses. See y'all in part 8, where we'll see about potentially fighting the boss, the Necromancer Apprentice. Though that also has the thing from the stars, so maybe I might hold off on that. So, anyway, as I said, see you in part 8.